As you are already aware, you saw the political madness yesterday in Edo State. What happened in Edo State yesterday, like we said in the statement we issued yesterday, was an act of treason. And it's the highest level of political madness. But why are we here today? We are here today to let you know that the conspirators who were involved in the show of shame in Edo have not stopped. And what is the reason behind what happened in Edo yesterday is why we are here. And I want to inform you, gentlemen of the press, that the opposition have intercepted credible, and I repeat, credible intelligence that the APC government, led especially by Adams Oshimola and other members of the APC, working with other elements across all parts of the country, have perfected arrangements. Two things behind what happened yesterday in Edo. One is to create chaos and confusion that will lead to political instability, and then a state of emergency that will see that impostor that are trying to create yesterday become the acting governor. Where that does not work, they don't want the Edo governorship election coming up in September to be conclusive if they are losing. Once the election is inconclusive, as you're already aware, the tenure of the governor is already running out. What is going to happen if the election in Edo is declared inconclusive? It means that Obaseki has to leave office at the expiration of his term of office. And who becomes the acting governor? The speaker. And that is why this conspiracy was hatched, to make a move for the position of speakership. But why are we worried about this new level of political madness? As you're already aware, in June 14th, or thereabout, 2019, the governor issued a proclamation in line with the provision of the Constitution for the composition of the Edo State House of Assembly as required by the law. And that was perfected around June 18, 2019. And the speaker was elected. And then these elements, this group of 14, boycotted that oath of allegiance and membership. As it stands this moment, these 14 individuals are not even honorable members. And this same matter, the APC took it up to the House of Rep, where Gbajabiamila Mila came up with a strange resolution, trying to order the governor to issue a fresh proclamation that is unknown to the Constitution. That was rejected, and that matter went to court. Federal High Court, sitting in Port Harcourt, ruled on that particular matter, thereby legalizing the proclamation issued for the composition of that house and the election of that speaker. It was a decided case at the Federal High Court. Now, this honorable member refused to come for their swearing in to take their oath of allegiance and membership. And their position, their seat was declared vacant. And these same 14 individuals went to Federal High Court Abuja, where they are challenging the declaration of their seat vacant. Nigerians. So how did these individuals yesterday get up and they said they are honorable members and they have been sworn in? The deputy speaker, the former deputy speaker, was also impeached some few days ago. You see, why we call this to first of all let you know that there is plan to make the Edo governorship election inconclusive and ensure that the governor's tenure runs out, because it's already running out, so that this impostor that they are trying to prop up as speaker will become the acting governor of Edo State. And they will use the police and army to perfect it. As you can see yesterday, how did the commissioner of police and the DSS people, instead of arresting these elements who have committed treason, was seen in a picture on social media receiving them? In that case, what happened in Edo had the seal of the President Muhammad Buhari government. And then that is why we call the people to remind you of 1983. It is this same method, this same audacity to continue with impunity that led Shagari's government, after he became weakened by corruption, economic crisis, borrowing, and political rascality. When they came for their second time in 1983, they then started drawing lists of people who will live and die, who will win and not win. They took that madness to own, and I need to remind young people who are not even aware of what happened. That these people are taking us back to 1983. That in that place, you saw what happened between UPN and MPN, where the federal government, using Inspector General of Police then, Sunday Adewusi, this kind of method, brought all kind of rascality in Ondo, and then attempted to declare, or even declared, Omoboriwo, all of you that know, as the governor-elect of Ondo State, against Pa Jasim that was validly elected. That led to violence in Ondo in 1983. That even led to the beheading of Kunle, or whatever they call him, one of the key men of Omobori, who was behind that rascality. There was a lot of destruction. There was burning of houses, including Fedeco House, the Electoral Commission House. And even though at the end of the day, the court later nullified that nonsense. That same madness was taken to Imo, where they wanted to use Collins Obi against Sam Mbakwe of MPN. That same madness of 1983 was taken to Anambra, where they wanted to put down Jim Wobodo in preference for Sisiono. Now, and that was what led to apart from the economic crisis and insecurity, that led to the military coup of 1983 that brought President Muhammad Buhari as the military head of state. Now, and we are warning, because we don't want anything to happen to our democracy. We don't want anything to happen to this democracy. We believe in constitutionalism. But these people have started acquiring the same audacity and rascality that brought down the MPN government of Shagari, using compromising state institutions in pursuit of narrow interests of some desperate individuals. And that's why we are calling on President Muhammad Buhari. Call those attack dogs in Edo to order. Those political attack dogs, call them to order, because they are urinating on top of our constitutionalism upon which you are in office. Do not, people that live in glass should not throw stones. Nigeria is above party politics. A group of individuals, that their seats have been declared vacant, that we are not inaugurated as honorable members, and the court has affirmed that inauguration that happened in June 2019. And these elements are in court challenging their seats that have been declared vacant. The presidency and their police and DSS allow these elements to stay in the bedroom of whether it's Adams or Shimolo, I don't know whose bedroom they were yesterday, and say they have impeached a speaker and have inaugurated one. This is the repeat of all this kind of audacity and rascality of 1983 that brought down the democracy. And we are calling the president to stop these things. Stop it. And my message to Edo people is very simple. And I call on our brother, Obaseki. There must be red line. You have shown majority. But now the opposition is going to stand with you. There is what is called red line. And these people have crossed that red line. Going by the provision of Section 20 of our criminal laws, which all of you are aware, upon which we launch what we call the Opposition Code 20 as our self-defense mechanism. We employ the governor of Edo to adopt that Code 20, including the people of Edo, which gives citizens powers to apprehend anybody committing any criminal offense. Anywhere these lawmakers of 14 is sitting, the governor and the people of Edo, and anybody has a right to storm the place and grab them. You have a right to storm and grab them and deliver them to the relevant security agencies, because they are committing an illegality, because they are urinating our constitution, because they are committing treason. They should defend and stand up. And if the president and the security agency are supporting them, it means they are aiding that rascality. And I urge the people of Edo, anywhere, and I repeat, anywhere you see this group of 14 who are not lawmakers, who have overthrown constitutional governance in Edo, anywhere you see them sitting with that illegal mess, you have a right under the provisions of our constitutional democracy and our criminal justice system to apprehend them from further committing that offense. And the governor, this is the time to show that leadership. You swear an oath as chief secretary of that state, you must lead and go and apprehend them. They will be scared. Even as I'm talking, they will be scared because they know they will be hiding under the bed. They will be sitting under the bed, but they can, anywhere you see them sitting, you apprehend them. Because this is the right thing to do. We cannot, because when people who are not lawmakers, when people who have not been inaugurated as members of a state house of assembly, when people whose seats have been declared vacant, and they are in court trying to obtain the declaration of their seat vacant so that INEC will not do election, gathers themselves in the bedroom of a politician and said they have impeached a speaker and have elected a new speaker. and the security agencies are seen aiding and abetting them. That is treason. This is the same government that will clamp down on people who freely express their views and accuse us of all sorts of nonsense. But now you see people who are committing treason in Edo. It suits you because it is a political party. And seeing the resemblance of the kind of people who are managing the APC in the election in Edo, the likes of Ganduje, who you saw the way he was alleged to be putting dollar in his pocket. The likes of Yahya Bello, you saw what happened in Edo, the Kogi during the election. The likes of Hope Uzodimma, you saw where he came from, the fourth position to first position as governor of Imo. When you see these elements, which are the biggest achievements of the Buhari's presidency, hovering like political vultures around Edo, you know that they are not trying to reenact those shameful days of 1983. But those shameful days have consequences, and that is why, as lovers of constitutional democracy, we are urging the president to apply brake. Apply brake before these things consumes all of us. And let the people of Edo do the right thing. Edo hosts ancient Benin Empire that resisted the white man invasion. It is time to resist these political invaders and defend the very fabrics of our constitutional governance. That we must do at all costs, and that is the right thing. And under the provision of Section 20, like I told you, you have a right to apprehend somebody committing an offense in your front. Let's do the right thing. Let's help them do the right thing, because we love democracy, because we don't want anything to happen to our democracy. Let us all come together and save our democracy.